Scotch Eggs. Chorizo Scotch Eggs. So I was randomly inspired to make a Scotch Egg after watching one of my favorite shows and seeing April Bloomfield on Mind of a Chef make her own version of Scotch Eggs. So this traditional pub food thing is truly sort of like an all-in-one breakfast on the go. And I would argue the definition of what a true superfood is. Get that goji berry and chia seed out of here. So there's a handful of speculations as to the origin of the Scotch Egg. But one thing I do know for sure is I previously mentioned that it's a very popular pub food eaten in pubs all across the United Kingdom. It's also hailed for being like an excellent grab and go snack, sort of like a picnic food, so you can just kind of take and eat on the go. Travelers used to pick them up from grocery stores as well when they first originated, either in the late 17 or early 1800s, according to my Google search. Okay, so traditionally the Scotch Egg is a hard-boiled egg wrapped in breakfast sausage, classic sage-laced breakfast sausage, and then it's breaded and then deep fried or baked until crispy. But in my preparation, I sub out the traditional sausage mixture for a Mexican Chorizo blend. But you can totally use any sausage blend that you want, right? So I'm talking andouille, Chinese 5-spice, merguez, Spanish chorizo. There is a difference, but open your mind to the ether and let your creativity flow. Anyways, what do you say we do the darn thing? Let's begin with our soft-boiled eggs, but you can totally make hard-boiled eggs if you fear the ooze factor. Get some water up to a boil and carefully drop in your eggs. Even the tiniest crack can cause the egg to burst its white, giving you a damaged product. Cook eggs for 6.5 minutes and then shock them in an ice bath to stop the cooking. 3 or so minutes should do the job. Little pro tip: to more easily peel your eggs, I like to do it under running water or by completely submerging the egg in water. This way the water can seep in between the egg and the shell and help the shell to kind of wiggle loose. Now it's time to make our Mexican Chorizo blend. We're going to divide this blend up into 2 categories, our toastables and our non-toastables. It's not that our non-toastables can't be toasted, it's just that I prefer to toast whole spices and I'm using their ground form. Anyways, our non-toastables will consist of everything shown here, except for the fresh thyme, which I forgot to add to the shot. Moving on to our toastables, these are the whole form spices, if you will, that we are going to toast before we blend. Toasting spices unlocks their flavor potential sort of by teasing out the natural aromatic compounds within. A standout here is the Ancho Chili Pepper we'll be using. This sweet, smoky pepper is going to give our blend a distinct aroma and will showcase just how powerful dried chilies can be in the kitchen. Move all of the toastables onto a small sheet tray and toast in a 350-degree oven for 3 to 4 minutes or until they're super fragrant. To blend the mixture, you can go ancient style and use a mortar and pestle, but I'm going to opt for my electric spice mill. Carefully add your spices to the grinder and also remember to spill a touch to get irrationally annoyed by. You can sort of stuff your grinder with everything like I'm doing here, or you can do it in batches. Pulse things through until a powder forms. You might need to move things around to make sure everything chops properly. The natty lighting decided to give me a hard time, so I had to whip out the phone light, but just look how deep of a color that is. Just gorgeous. Now let's work everything into our pork. Add 2 cloves of minced garlic to the pork and pour in the apple cider vinegar. Add in our freshly made chorizo spice blend and give everything a mix with your hands. If you want beautifully red-dyed hands, don't wear gloves. This is the color and consistency we're sort of going for here. Cover and chill the mixture for a day in the fridge for a full infusion of flavor. This dip is totally optional, but I recommend it. Okay, so it's totally been a day. Now we're going to wrap the eggs in the sausage mixture. Make sure your eggs are patted dry for this step or you'll be dealing with some slippery buggers. Scoop about that much sausage and form it into a pancake about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch thick. Put your egg in the center and form a pouch around it. Using 2 hands, take advantage of gravity and use a horizontal jerking motion, get your head out of the gutter, to work the sausage around the egg. Once nearly closed off, pinch the sausage up like a zipper. Now is your chance to smooth and shape your egg to look like, well, an egg. Rinse and repeat with the remaining eggs. Alright, it's TTB, or time to bread. I'm going to use the classic dry, wet, dry method here, using all-purpose flour, egg wash, and panko breadcrumbs. First, use your dry hand to dust the Scotch egg with flour, then your wet hand to cover it in egg wash. Now take your dry hand and again use it to coat the egg-washed egg in the panko. Place the breaded scotched egg on a panko-dusted sheet pan or plate to discourage sticking. Using the dry, wet, dry hand technique will allow you to work cleaner and faster. Alright, these are ready for the fryer. Heat up your neutral oil of choice to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Of course, I'm using grapeseed oil. Once your oil is ready, carefully drop your eggs into the oil with a pair of tongs. Please be mindful here, because splattering oil does not feel good. I'm going to drop 3 eggs at a time, but do whatever your frying vessel will allow. Just be conscious that the more cold product you add to the hot oil, the more the temperature will drop, so keeping tabs on your temperature with a thermometer to keep it as close to 350 as possible would be ideal. Fry for 5 to 7 minutes, then place your finished eggs on a paper towel-lined tray or plate to drain. Don't be alarmed, your eggs will not look golden brown in color and they aren't burnt either. Instead, they'll be a deep reddish crimson due to the chorizo spice blend we added. Also, remember, salt clings easier to freshly fried goodies, so don't forget to season while things are hot. Let these bad boys rest for at least 5 minutes. Alright, let's crack one of these crispers open. Oozy, molten perfection. Let's plate things up. I'm finishing things with a Mexican flair because chorizo. A little sprinkle of green onion. A dash of chopped cilantro. And this. It's a little chipotle lime crema thing I threw together. I'll list the measurements below. But this dish is like 20 times better with a creamy dipping sauce. Just saying. Oh, Lord. I really try not to yuck people's yum, but if you don't like soft-boiled eggs, I really don't understand you. Wait, let's try that one more time. That's better. Alright, Mexican Chorizo Scotch Eggs, there you have it. As always, thank you so much for watching. A quick update on my end. So this month is going to be super crazy for me, a lot of changes taking place. I'm actually moving to a new spot. This whole little environment thing that I've created is going to change for the better. I'm really excited to show you the new space, work in the new space, cook in the new space, christen the new space. If you have a topic idea or a video idea that you'd like me to make, comment below, give me some ideas here. And until next time, peace.